Hey friends, it's your spiritual guide, Guru Curly. Today, we're going to be going over the secrets of the universe. Now, after 3 years of meditation outside of a chicken farm in Manitoba, Alaska, I've sufficiently decalcified my pineal gland enough to see the grid and the universe as it truly is. So today, in our first Spirit Guide science lesson, we're going to learn about the origins of man. Stay tuned. In 2047, Michael J. Fox discovered the new gene. The gene that creates what we call today tummy ache-itis. Tummy ache-itis was actually the product of genetic tampering by the system, the coalition of beings of lights throughout the galaxy. The coalition are made up of the Greys, the Flooby-Dubliuses, the Gibschnops, the Flubbeldorps, as well as the Hipschnop Flippies from Alpha Centauri 3. We have been under watch by these paranormal visitors from other dimensions and hell and space. And a lot of our daily lives is a product of that influence. Now, let's dial the dial a little bit back to 1462, when George Washington first discovered America. Now, this was a time when the native Pompeians had complete and utter dominion over what is now known as Arkansas. Arkansas, as many don't know, is the birthplace of man. Back in the times of Jesus and pyramids and shit, this was when the first people came out of the pool of life, which is also known as that one river down by my uncle's place out in Arkansas. The early people were monkeys, just run-of-the-mill gorilla ape friends that were slinging their poo and, doing, what they do, and making love under the trees and putting their dicks in combs filled with bees and, all that sort of jungle business. And rocking out to Led Zeppelin. But okay, let's get back here, because I think this is where the main thing is. So the Anunnaki, as Zacharias Henriksen, or whatever the fuck his name was, discovered on the ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets, he found out that in this pivotal nexus chakra of Arkansas is where the Anunnaki had touched down onto Earth. The monkeys were curious about the Anunnaki. I mean, they stood 36 feet tall on the low end, and we're talking about the little guys. I mean, some of these Anunnaki were at least 12 billion miles tall. And again, we're still lowballing. I mean, just their toe was enough to engulf the planet. So how the heck they were walking around and sharing drinks and listening to Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, such a good fucking song. I don't even know. It must have been alien projection or the Kabbalah, or whatever the fuck. So once the Anunnaki started spreading their alien seed into the native Arkansan monkeys, that is when they all went batshit crazy, turned to 106.3, your daily dose of good oldies, and they heard Stairway to Heaven. And so they all went into the river and drowned themselves, and then came out as normal people. They just had an iPhone in hand, a plow, a wheel, a dildo, every necessary machine for human advancement was in their hands, and the Anunnaki were happy. So, much like my father, they went ahead and packed up and said, "We'll be back soon," and left and never came back. And now look at humanity. Strong, powerful, unbroken willed. I think when you really look at the lines in the sacred geometry and you really start to decalcify your pine cone gland, that's when you start to see that there are 69 different dimensions. The Anstaki were from the fourth and fifth dimension. The fourth dimension is the afterlife, or our afterlife, the tether. Our tether, our silver, beautiful, semen-like tether to the Kumbal god of this universe. And they lived in the fourth, normally resided, but could easily transmit themselves to the fifth, which the fifth chakra is emotions, dimensions. But they're actually from the sixth. They just kind of chose to diddle around in those two because, man, it's just fucking trippy shit, man. For them, it's like, what the fuck? But, so that is essentially the origins of man. If you look at the pyramids, you can see signs of sacred geometry. For instance, it's like a triangle, but like 3D. That's geometry. That has to be fucking sacred. Then look at the monoliths. What the fuck is that? It's just a bunch of rocks laying around. Sacred geometry. Alien interception. Then the most beautiful of the wonders of the world, that is the greatest example of sacred geometry. The entryway to Chuck E. Cheese's. Look at the triangles. You can see the holy geometry. And that, my friends, is the end of our lesson into the origin of humanity, opening your chakra gland and accessing all 7 of your pineal dimensions. Next week, we will be talking about DMT. What does it stand for? Why when I sniff it do I see funny things? Well, much like whiffing paint, in all honesty, the lesson's really just going to boil down to how mac and cheese gives me spiritual experiences. Love you guys. It's been wonderful. Namaste. Thank the water. Hare Krishna. Be blessed. Hail Satan.